Hi guys, and welcome back to Planet Coaster. We're reaching the end of this Mario Galaxy ride. I'm feeling a bit more confident now about finishing this before the release of Planet Coaster 2. Just really quick though, if you do like what you see, please drop me a like, it really supports the channel. And hey, consider subscribing too. So today we're working on the BUOY base galaxy, or BUOY base if you're in the US. I actually had to look up how to pronounce it. It's not necessarily a word you'd use that often. So to begin working on this galaxy, I placed a bunch of walls in like a 14-sided circle. I'm Greek, yet I'm not sure what that would be called. I know a 10-sided shape is a decagon, since deka is 10 in Greek. 14 on the other hand is dekatessera, so maybe I can invent a decadeceragon? Okay, anyways. I then placed a green Mario-like grass texture, and I extended the walls within the centre to make a tower-like structure. I then removed a piece of wall to create the part that Mario travels up in order to get onto this part of land. And I used wooden beams that wrap around the building to imitate the metal parts that the platforms are attached to. Obviously in Mario Galaxy these would rotate around the structure, but that's not really possible here unfortunately, but at least it looks the part. I found these Super Mario 3D World blocks and I used them all around the main structure as the platforms, and then placed some cannons to match where they were in the game. And then from there I basically just added to this until I was happy. I fenced off the roof area, added the metal structures and the platforms that extend off of the main building. I included extra details such as more question blocks and coins. I made sure to place plenty of thwomps. I also placed the little buttons that Mario ground pounds on or spin attacks in order to change the level. Additionally, I added the little enemies that are spheres and they electrocute you. For this I used art shapes and a Catherine wheel firework to show the electricity. I then placed some lanterns under the ground to give them that yellow/orange glow. I also worked on the little robot NPCs. I think they came out not too bad. I mean, you can tell what they're trying to be, but obviously they're not perfect. Later on I focused on the nighttime lighting, and let me just say there was a lot of it, but I've learned to light my builds a bit better now, so hopefully you can notice a difference. Everything isn't as loud and as bright as it used to be. I think using the bright lights just washes out certain areas and doesn't look as natural. I'm going to go slightly off topic now as I wanted to discuss Planet Coaster 2. Oh my gosh, I've been watching all of the deep dives that Frontier have posted, as well as all the coverage on some of the amazing dedicated Planet Coaster channels. And I'm so excited. I feel like there's still a lot of information that Frontier are keeping a secret from us, but I've never seen such a better example of a company listening to the consumer and implementing all the things that the fans were asking for. So of course we've got the water parks and slides, but there's so many other changes that really make me happy. It is like the interiors of buildings are actually darker now, which would be great for a ride like the one I'm building right now. Not to mention the roller coasters now have switch tracks and drop tracks, making them so much more versatile in terms of the experiences you can create. I love the inclusion of weather, and overall I think the game just looks so good. The fact that you can theme both rides and roller coasters by literally attaching objects to them blows my mind. Like if you attach something to each individual carriage of a Ferris wheel, then that object will animate and move with the ride, which makes your imagination the limit in my opinion. I really can't wait to see more of what Frontier is willing to show. I've already pre-ordered the deluxe edition, of course. I can't wait to dive in, pun intended, and check out what the game has to offer come November. I'm thinking I finally want to start building my own park since that's something I've never attempted before. It'll be a lot of work, but I think it'll be cool. Okay, so maybe I lied, maybe I have attempted it before, but like, I would never get much further than the main entrance and like one flat ride, so I don't know why I just lose interest very easily when it's a really long project, but I think if it's something that I'm documenting and posting on YouTube, it'll give me that motivation to carry on. Maybe enter a couple competitions here and there, who knows. Okay, back to the video. Once I was happy with the BUOY based galaxy, I saved it as a building and copied it over to the rides area. I used the terrain tool to make a round lake and placed the building in the centre, as this is how it appears in Mario Galaxy. I used art pieces to create a border around the lake and then started working on the planet that sits above the main structure. To achieve this, I basically used some sci-fi pieces and copied them around until I got a circle, and then just used the terrain tool to create a planet around this. Yet again, it's not perfectly round, but I think it does the job well. I added details such as electricity on either end, and then I worked on the lasers that get shot out around the planet, the ones that Mario has to jump over. I think it was a bit tricky to achieve this, but I did it using the string lights. I then covered the surrounding area in a blanket of asteroids and driftwood debris, and then went on to enclose the entire area in star panels and called it a day. Overall, I'm really happy with how this area turned out. The coaster itself was a bit of an issue getting it to be smooth. It's really not my thing, but hopefully in Planet Coaster 2, it will be easier for me. So expect a broken back and whiplash if you are to go on this ride in real life. So I'll leave you guys with the rest of the time lapse. As usual, there's some more cinematic shots at the end. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video where I'll be working on the Space Junk Galaxy. See you guys.